Hello, 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 and welcome. My name is Sabrina Victoria. This is Her Talk Show, and I have Michelle Drew with us today. Michelle, I gotta pull your stuff up on screen as we're talking here. I'll
Yeah.
make sure I do that. Listen, peeps, welcome. I see you dropping in, see you coming on live. Thanks so much for being here. Get comfortable. We're going to explore the triumphs and the challenges um, that are pegging women worldwide. We're going to be talking personal, we're going to be talking professional growth. Super excited. So let's dive in. All right. So Michelle Drew, she's a certified naturopathic wellness consultant who's passionate about helping women over 40 feel like themselves again. She shows women that their blood work is really what their blood work is really saying, so they can finally understand why they're tired, gaining weight, bloated, or foggy. With simple natural strategies and a deeply personal approach, Michelle empowers women to take charge of their health and get their spark back. Girl, I feel like this is like menopause right here. I feel like I just said I feel like I just said everything that women in menopause keep complaining about.
Yeah.
Could it be that we've just lived so long and our blood is just getting worse and worse and worse? And this is actually what menopause is, perimenopause?
Well, we have some input there as far as like what's going on in our blood. If you give your body what it needs, it's amazing what it can do.
As far as the symptoms go for perimenopause.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I was talking to a woman not too long ago that said very health, wellness, yoga, eats clean, all the things.
Yeah.
And she said something similar. She never got anything, never got any of the symptoms.
Nope. Not a one.
Yeah.
Not one.
So I thought that was very interesting to note for women who are dealing with that there might be a way
Yeah.
to lessen that for yourself. Well, very cool.
Sure.
Very excited to have you here. So I'd like to just kind of start off like, how did this all happen? Why health and wellness? How'd you end
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'm so glad to be here, Sabrina. You know I love having conversations with you. It's always an adventure and always so informative. So thank you. How did I get here? Why health and wellness? Well, I almost died in my mid 40s. And I mean it seriously. I was in a medically induced coma because I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't eating well. I was hanging with the wrong people, doing things that are not healthy for your body. And one of the biggest ones was eating every meal from a drive-up window. That's not food, guys. That is not food. So I just beat myself into, a very bad place. And my family came to take me to the hospital because I wasn't going on my own. Turns out I had pneumonia. One lung was 100% full. The other one was 75% full by the time I let them take me. So they immediately, in the emergency room, put me in a medically induced coma against my wishes, but they knew better. And that's where I stayed for 3 weeks. I was out, didn't know anything. And the doctors told my family, prepare for the worst. We really don't think she's coming out of this. Yeah. And best case, she will come out of it, but she'll have permanent brain damage. And I think they mentioned the word vegetable 1 or 2 times. So clearly that is not the case. I am alive and I am not a vegetable. And that's how it all started.
huge wake-up call?
Huge, huge. And I look at that as a blessing, believe it or not,
Yeah.
because I don't know that I ever would have woken up so much if I hadn't gone to the depths of, where I was at that time.
Yeah. So the first thing that's really coming up for me through this story, which thank you for sharing, is you mentioned you were hanging out with the wrong people.
Yep, I
Yeah,
was.
we always hear like birds of a feather flock together, and you are, the combination of the top 5 people you hang out with. Like we hear all this stuff.
It's true. It's
So
true.
what did you do? Like, did you just abandon everybody? You're like, I can't be friends with anybody. Like, how did you in your story go about finding maybe better influences? Did you uh you know take anyone out of your life? Like, how did that singular part work for you?
Yeah, I wish I could say it happened overnight. It didn't.
Yeah.
It actually took me 5 years to like just get myself back again. I didn't feel well, even 5 years after, and I was really trying to do the right things as far as eating well, supplementing, hydrating, deep breathing, all things, but I still felt terrible. So I
Wow.
allowed the bad influences around me because I wasn't at 100% like I am now. So it took a while, but I did eventually eliminate those people from my life. I had to
Yeah.
because, like, I don't know, left to my own defenses, I tended to do better. I did better things, made better choices for myself. Uh,
Yeah.
I used to be more influential than I am now. Now I'm more the influencer. But yeah, so I I tried everything I knew how to do on my own, and then I had my blood work analyzed.
Mm.
And once I started to address the challenges that were in my personal body, that it not the same for everybody else or anybody else really. So I started to address those and I got stronger. I got stronger mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and I started to put more value to who I am as a person. And I didn't belong in that circle anymore. So,
That's great.
yeah.
What about fast food? How were you, how long did it kind of take for you to wean off of that? Do you still eat fast food? Should we not be eating fast food at all? Like, what is your personal opinion on that?
Yeah, that it didn't take me a long time to wean off of it. I don't know, I feel like I kind of in the back of my mind knew how bad it was for me, but it was easy. It was
Yeah,
easy.
yeah,
Go through the drive-through, get a Wendy's or a Burger King or whatever. Sorry, Wendy's and Burger King, but you couldn't pay me $1 million to eat there again,
wow,
ever, because I've done my research and
wow.
I'm very careful about what I put in my body today.
So
Um,
most people are eating fast food because of the excuse of lack of time.
yeah,
So I'm sure you're a person, right? I'm sure there's times you're running late,
yeah.
you're quick, you're really hungry, you're going home, you have an hour drive. Like, how do you work that in your life? How have you made it so that you're
Yeah.
not wanting to pull over to get that fast fix?
That's an excellent question. Excellent question. And it really just takes a little bit of preparation. Like I make sure I have fresh fruit with me all the time, a bag of nuts all the time, natural things that my body knows what to do with. Your
Yeah.
body has no idea how to process a McDonald's hamburger.
Wow.
It's it has no idea. It goes in there and it sits there and it's chemicals and it's just toxic stuff that does not belong in your body. You wouldn't put it in your gas tank. Your car's not going to run with a burger stuffed in there. Neither is your body.
Wow.
It's just not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just make sure I always have a little something when I go, in my purse. I've got an apple or a banana or that and a small little bag of fresh, nuts or pistachios, almonds, that type of thing.
Yeah. Now, you said that one of the things that was a huge turning point for you is you went and you got your blood work done. Now, I know of individuals that have gone to go get their blood work done. I can visually see that they're not motherfucking happy. I mean, not healthy. Sorry, not that they're not
Yeah.
happy, but they're not healthy. You
Right.
can see it with your eyeballs,
Yeah.
and they will come back and be like, your blood work is good. Not perfect, but it's good, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I know that you or first of all, I don't know. Did you first get your blood work done with the doctor? Did you go to an outside source? What did you do in your story?
Yeah, for that 5 years, all the medical professionals were telling me, you're fine. You're fine. You're just
Yeah.
aging.
Yeah.
It's like, don't tell me I'm aging. I was like, oh, no, 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 no. I was normal. So guys, normal and common are two different things. Normal is what we should be, right? In an optimal reference range, we should be normal, right? Common is what doctors are referring to as normal. That means most people are in the same boat as you are, right? But they're testing a pool of sick people. We're a sicker community than we have ever been in the history of the world, right? Diabetes is through the roof, and obesity because of fast food. Just saying. It's all tied together. We don't take good care of ourselves, so we're all getting sicker, and that's the standard now. Oh, you're normal compared to all the other sick people I see every day. Well, that's not good enough for me. And I hope it's not good enough for the audience either.
Got it. Okay, so I like this. So the doctor says you're normal, or the doctor says it's common. We're all sick. So yeah, it's common. Okay. I really like this. So, as far as going outside the doctor to get blood work, how did you pick a company, someone? Like, how did you go about? Who do you get blood work from? Where? I don't even know. You were like, go get blood work done outside your doctor. I wouldn't even know how to even do that or who to go to. Who does that?
Yeah. Well, I took my blood work from my doctor and I brought it to, I had a new circle of friends now. They were all healthy. They were health professionals. They were into all the things, the meditation, the, taking care of yourself naturally, putting good stuff in so that you get a good end result. So one of the nurse practitioners that I became friends with did my blood work for me and did a full in-depth analysis and told me exactly what was going on. And when we addressed those deficiencies, the whole world opened up. And this was 24 years ago. I feel 1,000 times better today in my mid-60s than I did in my mid-40s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What a testament.
Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. So as far as the investment, right? Insurance, paying out of pocket in order to figure this stuff out. I know that when it comes to our health and our wellness, a lot of times there's this feeling of like, dude, I don't want to pay out of pocket. If my insurance doesn't cover it, then it doesn't need to get done. It doesn't matter if it's done. What came to you as a person where you realize, dude, I got to go above and beyond what society is claiming just to do for free, right? Or do through insurance. What made you, or what happened in your life to make you realize that an investment, monetary investment, was important to get to the next level?
Yeah. And again, I got my blood work and I had as much blood work as I could get done from my health professional, and insurance covered it. Then I just knew that I wasn't getting the answers. And I knew that I wasn't normal. I felt like crap.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to live the rest of my life feeling that way. So and again, it was a friend of mine. So I trusted her and I knew that she would find the answers for me. And I just did it. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to bargain shop for my health anymore because it's so important. And I've been seeing holistic practitioners ever since. I don't need to go to the traditional. The traditional medical system was initially meant for catastrophic situations, not to keep you healthy. So I'm looking at a group of people who are going to keep me healthy.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
So what should somebody be looking for when they're going out and about and open to go in more in depth.
Yeah. Yeah.
People be looking for, what kind of education should these people have? What kind of certifications? Where, who, like, what should somebody be looking for?
Yeah. Well, my person was my OBGYN. So I knew what her credentials were. I don't have those credentials. I never went to 1 hour of medical school, but I lived this for 24 years. And I have certifications and I've gone to courses. I'm always in a course because I love to feed my brain and to make myself more valuable to the people I serve. So yeah, I mean, I like I said, I'm not a doctor, but I've got the tools and I've got the certifications to back the work that I'm doing. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. So,
Yeah. What about your team?
yeah, I actually have a very large network of health professionals of all kinds, functional medical doctors, integrative medical doctors, naturopaths, master herbalists. So I've got a really good team of people that if it's above my pay grade, I'm not proud. I'll tell somebody, hey, you know what? This is above my pay grade. I can do some basic things with you, but I'd like to introduce you to this doctor or that health professional so that they can really take it to the next level for you. So I do have that ability to refer people out, which I love.
Yeah, love that. Very cool. Why do you believe that natural personalized wellness is the future?
Oh my goodness, because the pharmaceutical industry is incentivized, or what's that word? They're incented to write you a prescription, right? The medical community, and we're sicker than we've ever been, and people are more medicated than they've ever been. So
Yeah.
that's not working. And I think people are waking up and they're like, wait a minute, another prescription? And unfortunately, people want the easy pill sometimes. And I have an unfortunate situation with my mom around that. She was my unofficial first person I ever coached before I knew that I was going to be doing this stuff. She had a diagnosis. She was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she had an end date, which we can do a whole nother series on that. Doctors have no right to give you an end date.
Wow.
Because they don't know the power of the human spirit. So my mom came to live with me, and we were doing all the right things. I couldn't go baby steps with her because she had a diagnosis. So we went all in. We were eating fresh, eating organic, juicing, supplementing, all the things that I do with my clients. And every time we went to her oncologist, the doctor was like, Joni, I don't know what you're doing, but my patients don't get better. Whatever it is, keep it up.
Wow.
And after 6 months, my mom came to me and said, you know what, I'm done. I'm like, what do you mean you're done? She said, this is too hard. I'm like, we're eating fruits and vegetables. We're hydrating. We're breathing. What's hard? Dying's going to be hard. And she made her decision that she didn't want to do it anymore. So people just want the easy and the guaranteed. So unfortunately,
So the doctor actually told you straight up that the results were unbelievable, and then she said no, thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy, isn't it? Unfortunately, as a society, we think we just want the easy pill. You mean I have to put stuff in a juicer and blend it? Oh, that's too much work. So yeah, that was a tough one to swallow because that was my mom,
Yeah, I had a friend that was close to me who was diagnosed with cancer 3 times, went through chemo 3 times.
Wow.
The 3rd time, I went to the doctor with her for her last, whatever, you're clear, everything's good. And I had asked the doctor specifically on purpose because her diet was so bad. And I asked the doctor on purpose because I had been telling her, you need to eat more greens, you need to eat more salads, you need to eat cleaner, you need to drink more water. And he said to our faces, she doesn't need to change one thing.
Oh,
She can keep her diet exactly how it is.
wow.
And first thing she ate, took her home. First thing she ate was she got out a Jello pack
Oh,
from the fridge, put it in a bowl, took it out, put it in a bowl, and then got mayonnaise, freaking Miracle Whip. Craziest thing I've ever heard of. Miracle Whip, 2 globs of Miracle Whip, put it in the same bowl, chopped it, smeared it, and ate Jello and Miracle Whip. Long story short, within a year, she died of cancer.
no, I'm not surprised. People don't understand and they don't know. People aren't educated on what's healthy, what's not, what's processed, what's ultra processed, and what is it doing
Yeah,
to your body on the inside. People just don't know. And, my heart bleeds for them for that reason.
yeah,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
So yeah, so natural versus personalized wellness is the future. So when somebody's looking for more of a natural way of caring for themselves, what does that look like?
Yeah. It's just being conscious of what you put in your body. Um, Making sure that it comes from nature. Like I've been on with people that have said, oh, so and so said you shouldn't eat fruit across the boards, no fruit. I'm like, really? How so? That's, yeah, but it's okay to go through the drive-through. No, it's really common sense. And with ChatGPT, you can have Chat put together a healthy menu for you, and you're going to get the truth because ChatGPT is not motivated to give you otherwise. Like, oh, your diet doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. You can eat whatever you want. No, you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things that I think I have really clung to over the last few years is following somebody who has the results that I want and then following that person exclusively.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times what happens is exactly what you're saying. It's like everyone has their own way of doing it. And there are people that say only eat meat. There are
Right.
people that say eat all of it. There's people that say not to eat. I've heard that. Don't eat fruit. Other people are complete vegans and all they eat is fruits and vegetables. So there's so much contradictive information out there. You're better off finding somebody who has results that you want in real life.
Right. Right.
Because online now with AI and all of the filters, it's becoming more and more apparent that these people are dis like deforming their bodies to look perfect and they
Mm,
don't freaking look like that. Um, and follow them.
yeah. Yeah.
Follow them exclusively.
And
And
that's why I put value in my life experience. No, I didn't go to medical school and I have no intention to, but I have lived this for 24 years.
yeah,
I can attest to what works and what doesn't.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Um, So, as far as you and what you do, I'd love for you to dive into a little bit more on exactly who you help, exactly who you work with.
Yeah. I mean, primarily my avatar, because it's where I sit in my life, is women over 40. And I started this journey in my 40s. So, I'm well beyond that now. But, and I just help them to deal with doing better in baby steps, do better things for their body so that they don't have those horrible menopause symptoms and beyond. And like the permanent weight gain after the fact. I mean, it doesn't have to be that way. It really doesn't. And it's not difficult. I think that's the biggest thing people don't understand. They think it's hard. And it's not. It's just a change of habit, a couple things at a time, and then we layer on top of that so that before you know it, you're like a whole new woman. And I love that.
Yeah. So, when we opened this, we talked about fatigue, we talked about bloating, we talked about weight gain. How are these things related to our blood work?
Yeah, I mean it identifies like what's going on in your gut. Like every marker can point to so many different root causes. And that's the key we're looking for the root causes that show up consistently in your different markers in your blood, and they're all different. So it just points to different things that we should be looking at, whether it's kidney dysfunction or leaky gut or just a bad gut biome. There's all different types of things that will present in your lab work. And I work with a specialized software that was designed by a former software developer turned naturopath. And actually, she did go to medical school and decided she didn't like working with patients, but she loved blood work. So she got all sciencey and geeky on that and created this amazing software that is what I use to analyze. So it takes the guesswork and it takes the potential for human error away.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Love that. And then as far as individuals that are looking to work with you, how do they find you? Where are you? How do they connect?
Yeah. I'm here on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. I have a YouTube channel that I'm relaunching. It's going to be called From a Test to a Testimony. It used to be From a Mess to a Message, but From a Test to a Testimony. And I'm on Instagram a little bit, but mostly on Facebook and a little bit on LinkedIn as well. And my website, you have it right below my name. It makes it easy, michelledrew.com. And yeah.
And then is there some sort of a form or some sort of a quiz that anyone can take in order to get into your world?
Yeah, definitely. I like to start with just a introduction conversation so that people know that they want to work with me, right? I mean, this is very personal. The things that we're diving into are very personal. So, I like to start with a 15-minute phone call. And, from there, I send an intake form, which is lengthy, but it goes over everything that you're putting into your body and all the things that you're doing so that I have the information I need to do the best, get you the best results.
Beautiful. Love that. Well, this has been great. I so appreciate you being here, sharing all of this information with you. As far as individuals, as we're kind of closing up here, as far as individuals who are listening, they're here live, they're on the replay, they're conceptualizing what you're talking about, and it's hard.
Yeah.
What's the first step? Like, what should somebody, get rid of friends. We can't do that tomorrow, right? Stop eating fast food. But I really like Wendy's. Like, what is the first step that somebody should be taking into getting some results?
Yeah. I love free stuff. One of my biggest things that I tell everybody is get your bare feet on the earth. And that's easy for us here in Florida, but I have a lot of friends in New England. That's not happening. So there are grounding mats out there and whatever, but that is magic. It balances out your body in ways you can't even imagine. Drink water. Drink more water. Flush, not too much though, because you can flush the minerals out of your body. You can flush out the sodium and all the things that you need to be healthy. So they say I don't do 50% of my body weight in ounces. So I do 48 ounces a day. That's what I do. That works for me. And it keeps my blood work in check. And just change one meal a day. One meal a day. Say, okay, one meal a day, I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to have a salad for lunch with grilled chicken or grilled salmon or whatever. One meal a day. It's a great start.
Gorgeous. And then where do you hang out the most on social? Are you on Facebook, Insta, LinkedIn? Like, what's your number one?
Mostly Facebook.
Facebook. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for those of you listening live, for those of you listening on the replay, Michelle Drew, she is on Facebook predominantly. If you want to check her out on her website, it's michelledrew.com. Be sure to follow her, reach out to her. Thank you so much for being here. As we always say, make sure you follow, like, and share. We are always going over information that is going to help you with your health, wealth, and your relationships. Any closing thoughts as we wrap up?
Yeah, no, Happy New Year. This is always a great time to make some changes. And hopefully if people decide to make some changes, they don't live as long as a typical New Year's resolution, which is like 1 or 2 weeks, right? So make some baby changes that will benefit you in 2026.
Beautiful. I love it. Well, this brings us to an end of yet another incredible episode of Her Talk Show. Thank you so much, Michelle, for bringing us your wisdom, inspiring us all. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Yes. Once again, I am your host, Sabrina Victoria, and I invite you to join our incredible community of women business owners just like Michelle here, where we continue to lift each other up every step of the way. Her Nation Global is where we all hang out. So until next time, do something